The Kingdom Hearts Deep Dive D23 panel did not disappoint at all, and we got an extended trailer. Welcome back, y'all. This is your girl Empowered Muse, and today we're going to talk about the Kingdom Hearts Deep Dive D23 panel that happened yesterday, as well as taking a deeper look into the extended 4-minute trailer of the first world reveal in Kingdom Hearts 4, which will be Coco. Also, we'll talk a bit about the new Kingdom Hearts animated series, although we don't have a lot of information on that just yet, but we'll talk about what all we know so far. If this is your first time here, welcome and take a seat and grab your favorite thing to take notes on. Generative AI is not allowed. And if you're not new here, shout out to y'all for subscribing and supporting this channel. And don't forget to like the video. So I figured we dive deep into the extended trailer first, talk all about that. And then we could talk more about what was actually said in the director's panel, as well as the voice actor panel for the D23 Kingdom Hearts Deep Dive event. And finally, we'll also cover a little bit about the Kingdom Hearts animated series. Well, before we get into that, let me just say it definitely was a surprise to see director Nomura-san actually there in person. I think that was one of the surprises along with the extended trailer. But diving back into the extended Coco trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4, there was the extended scene in Coco where Hector plays for his friend before he disappears into his final death after being forgotten. And this is sort of random, but in that scene, there was also no alcohol in the shot glass when Miguel looks over before leaving like there was in the movie. And while we don't know the rating yet, I'm gonna assume it's E10 due to other factors, and maybe the presence of alcohol would have probably pushed it to a T rating, or maybe there is a presence of alcohol elsewhere, and a second presence of alcohol would have pushed it to the T rating. And let me also just correct for the record from the last video, in the scene where Sora, Hector, and Miguel head to Plaza de la Cruz, named after Ernesto de la Cruz, obviously, and the guitar Miguel uses in the song sequence is from the old friend who was just forgotten. There's also the extended scene of Hector showing Sora, Miguel, Plaza de la Cruz, Sora rail sliding, and their team limit attack. Some of the newer scenes that definitely show what's going on in the main story and in Quadratum include the Master of Master. We're assuming the Master of Masters from his posture, standing in the meadows a la Union Cross. It might be a flashback or a current scene. You also have the seed of a dandelion passing by Sora, which could be very symbolic for who all is in Quadratum. The scene then cuts to Strelitzia showing Sora a bigger view of Quadratum. It doesn't look like it's from the apartment like in the very first Kingdom Hearts 4 teaser, or if it is that same scene, that means that said apartment scene has been touched up and made into a broader view. In the next scene, you have Sora and Strelitzia standing with their phones, and Sora mentions a dandelion dispatch, I'm assuming via their cell phone. So Sora and Strelitzia have more modern cell phones, reflecting the real-world unreality that they're in, unlike the gummy phone that Sora had in Kingdom Hearts 3. The Mickey symbol on the back of Sora's phone might indicate that he's still being remembered and still has strong ties to his friends as of now. We don't see the back of Strelitzia's phone, so it might have the same symbol, which renders that last point completely moot, or it might be blank. Also, I will add in here that I reserve the right to be wrong about everything at this point. There are also small dotted lines possibly making a similar plaid pattern that we see on Sora's phone. And sort of immediately after this dandelion dispatch scene, we see the dark side appear, and they're like police or military-like helicopters dispatched towards it. The helicopters actually kind of look similar to what we would see in Final Fantasy VII or Final Fantasy VII Remake, however you see it. And immediately after, we see the dark side casting huge dark balls, which is similar to previous Kingdom Hearts games, but because this is Quadratum, they look way more realistic. This leads to the scene where Sora is still saving people, including a cat, which occurred on a subway, and this is sort of showing Sora really interacting with the public, kind of like in Olympus and San Francisco in Kingdom Hearts 3, instead of the more somewhat isolated events in earlier Kingdom Hearts games with maybe one or two non-playable characters. And again, the Heartless do look super realistic throughout this trailer. And we do get confirmation that the person in the black clothes with mask and the dark hair is in fact Folly. We hear Sora say his name. This particular scene looks like a possible zoom out of the teaser we saw back in June. So the current party in Quadratum for now looks like Sora, Strelitzia, and Volley. Sigurd is also there, obviously, but he might be like the floater character. We then get a bit more of Mickey being in Scarlet Asylum, and playable Mickey is in fact confirmed. The text within the books that we see is that of the Scarlet Asylum and Missing Link era. And this wasn't in the extended trailer itself, but on the D23 panel, the co-director Tai Yasue explained that they designed certain parts of the playable Mickey section into like these origami paper copies once Mickey jumps into the book in Scala. This is also bringing back the puzzles and platform-like mini-games that we as fans have sort of enjoyed playing in earlier Kingdom Hearts games. We also got a bit of an extended look of Donald and Goofy in the Underworld, where we see that they are playable as well. There's also a new command in the menu called Combat Style, and I think it is to switch between more Donald-centric and Goofy-centric battle styles just off of a knee-jerk impression. There is a bit more of the extended scene when we go back to Quadratum where Sora sees the apparitions of Donald and Goofy, and we also get a scene where we see Donald and Goofy also in the world of Coco. And while his name hasn't been said, I'm taking this next scene as young Xehanort is in fact confirmed. When Xigbar, or who we now know as Luxu, is in Quadratum and approaches the young Xehanort and refers to him as an old coot. So this does sort of bring up the question of which side was Xehanort be on? And referring back to the Nintendo Direct teaser we saw in June, it's possible that he might be there to actually help Sora, but we're not 100% certain of his motives at this point. Again, this might be potentially sort of Xehanort's redemption arc from his time throughout the Dark Seeker saga, especially because we're seeing him now in the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailers as his younger self as opposed to the old man. And just as a note, we do see Strelitzia, Sigurd, and Vali all wielding Keyblades throughout this trailer, but going specifically to the nighttime Quadratum scene in the last bit of this recent trailer. In the extended look, we see some armored people that might be Quadratum security force, or maybe they're also Heartless, but I'm leaning towards the security force. They might also be a security force dispatched by whoever is housing or keeping up with these Keyblade wielders for Dandelions already in Quadratum. In the next cut, you see the Heartless about to attack Strelitzia and Sigurd, and you see this sort of dragon or wyvern-like Heartless. And finally, we see Riku appear to block the attack, and it looks like he's saving Strelitzia and Sigurd, or it could be a cutaway to a different scene. But it does look like he might just be on the same side of Quadratum as Sora. It's not 100% confirmed, but it is possible that both he and Sora are on the same plane of existence or non-existence, as opposed to Donald and Goofy being on a different plane of existence from Sora. So let's get into some notes from the director panel and the voice actor panel. The first half of the panel involved the directors, obviously director Nomura-san, co-directors Tai Yasue and Anna Gad, and they mentioned how they love to include surprises in live action films and aim to include them in each mainline game, which is a possible hint for potentially a Star Wars inclusion this round for Kingdom Hearts 4, since they have in fact done a live action inclusion previously with the Pirates of the Caribbean. They also mentioned that gameplay is prioritized when choosing worlds, but also how they can involve the main story progression, which is part of why the movie Coco was chosen for Kingdom Hearts 4, since it does deal with the concepts of grief and loss and being forgotten. As far as old worlds coming back, I mean, Hercules is essentially confirmed with Donald and Goofy in the Underworld. I'm not sure if we'll see any of the, what I'll call top view of Hercules, like Olympus. And they also mentioned that Maleficent will return and will have sort of a very pivotal role. And as far as the world building aspect of Quadratum, co-director Tai Yasue mentioned how he and his team literally walked through Tokyo taking pictures of all the buildings and streets in order to scale Tokyo and create Quadratum to have it be a sort of direct replica of Tokyo. And the directors did confirm that Kingdom Hearts 4 is definitely launching in 2027 with 100% certainty. And as a side note, director Nomura do be reading y'all's comments, more so about the skepticism of the release date. They also mentioned there will be plans for having a 30th anniversary event, much like they're prepping for the 25th anniversary event that will go on next year. For the voice actor panel featuring voice actors Haley Joel Osment, who voices Sora, and David Gallagher, who voices Riku, there is more so just this nostalgic feel of them voicing these two characters over the period of nearly 25 years now. Although we did glean a bit of a fun fact that Haley Joel Osment did the Kingdom Hearts 3 scream, the Sora Lost Everything scream, in one take. And for a bit of nostalgia and feels, Haley Joel Osment and David Gallagher performed the final moments of Kingdom Hearts 2 live, which was very cute. Moving on to news about the Kingdom Hearts animated series. It is coming soon on Disney+, but we don't have an exact date as of yet. I would guess it would probably be sometime later this year or maybe early next year. And as Director Nomura said both in his post and live at the D23 panel, not much more can be shared, but he is very heavily involved. He did say in his post that they've created several new character designs specifically for this project, and while he can't say anything more right now, the only hint is the single key art image that has been released. So this new animated series could be possibly how the story of Missing Link is told, especially because it was scrapped last year. As far as the key art, there is a prevailing theory online currently that it's Helgi from Kingdom Hearts Dark Road. But let me know what you thought about the extended Coco trailer that we got yesterday from the D23 panel and the D23 Kingdom Hearts Deep Dive panel itself. But that's all for today. Be sure to like this video if you like this video, and be sure to follow me on my Instagram at msmusings. If you have any potential theory ideas or suggestions, be sure to put those in the comments as well, and I will catch you all next time. Bye.